Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and instantly become the center of gravity, while others just disappear? It's not luck. It's not even confidence. It's something much deeper. Something invisible. Today, you're going to see exactly what that is. There are rules that govern social power. Rules nobody talks about, but everyone feels. They decide who's respected, who's ignored, who's followed, and who's forgotten. And if you don't understand these rules, you'll keep losing battles you never knew you were fighting. Let's start with the first invisible rule. Silence speaks louder than words. You think talking more gets attention? Wrong. The real power hides in controlled speech. The dominant person doesn't rush to fill silence. He lets others drown in it, because silence creates tension, and tension creates status. The one who controls tension controls the room. Watch how leaders move. They never explain too much. They don't seek validation. They pause, observe, respond slowly. Why? Because power loves patience, and desperate energy always smells like weakness. Second rule: scarcity is the ultimate amplifier. The less accessible you are, the more valuable your presence becomes. Why do people chase the busy man? Why do they respect the one who's hard to reach? Because humans crave what feels limited. The invisible rule says, attention flows toward what withdraws. When you make yourself too available, people unconsciously lower your value. So stop over-investing. Stop chasing. Pull back and watch your perceived worth rise without a word. Third rule: frame is everything. Whoever defines the context wins the game. If you let someone else frame a situation, you're already playing by their rules. The dominant person never reacts. He reframes. Someone mocks you, you turn it into a joke. Someone challenges you, you turn it into curiosity. Someone tries to control you, you change the subject with calm authority. Power isn't about control, it's about direction. It's about steering energy where you want it to go. Now let's talk about the most underestimated weapon: eye contact. Sounds basic, right? But here's the truth. Most people don't really see others. They glance, they look away, because true eye contact feels too intimate, too exposing. The dominant person knows that he holds it just long enough to make others feel his presence. Not aggressive, not creepy, just aware. That awareness alone shifts the hierarchy in his favor. Then comes the next invisible rule: control your physiology and you control perception. Body language doesn't lie. When you slouch, fidget, or move too fast, your body screams insecurity. But when your posture is upright, your movement deliberate, your breathing slow, you broadcast dominance without saying a word. The body speaks before the mouth does. Always want proof? Walk into a room with slow, grounded steps. No rush, no anxious movements. Watch how people turn their heads, because real energy can be felt. Social dominance isn't about being loud. It's about being felt without effort. Next rule: emotional control equals respect. The moment someone triggers you and you react, you lose. Dominant people don't suppress emotions. They regulate them. When chaos rises, they stay centered. When insulted, they stay amused, because the calmest person in the room is the most powerful one. Anger, defensiveness, overreaction all reveal weakness. So learn to pause, before you respond. That 1-second gap can redefine how the world sees you. Here's another hidden rule. Every interaction is a value exchange. When you meet someone, their subconscious is asking, what do I gain by engaging with you? It's not always money or status. Sometimes it's energy. Sometimes validation. Sometimes mystery. The dominant person gives value but never gives it all away. He offers insight, humor, but leaves something unsaid. Because mystery is magnetic, and once you become predictable, your power fades. Now let's expose the illusion of confidence. Most people think dominance means being louder, stronger, more assertive, but real dominance doesn't need to prove itself. It's quiet, it's composed, it's the man who listens more than he speaks, but when he speaks, everyone listens. Confidence that needs to be shown isn't confidence, it's insecurity wearing a mask. True power whispers, and everyone still hears it. Ever wonder why the same joke sounds different depending on who says it? That's status. When his status, people speak, their words are amplified. When low status people speak, their words are questioned. The content doesn't change, the frame does. So how do you raise your status? You stop trying to embody it. And status begins when you stop seeking permission to exist. Let's talk about the hierarchy of attention. Whoever captures attention controls perception. But whoever manages attention controls influence. Think of influencers, leaders, icons. They don't just attract eyes, they direct it. Every story they tell, every gesture, every pause is intentional. Dominance is an art of focus management. And the invisible rule says, if they're reacting to you, you're leading. There's a dangerous trap here, though. Dominance without empathy becomes tyranny. Power without presence becomes manipulation. And that never lasts. The most magnetic people balanced authority with warmth. They know when to command and when to connect. Because humans don't just follow dominance, they follow emotional safety. Be strong, but stay human. That's the paradox of true influence. Now, let's touch on the social algorithm. Every group has an unspoken code. Who leads? Who follows? Who's invisible? And these roles are fluid. They shift based on context, confidence, and perception. Want to rise in any group? Observe before acting. Mirror the tone, learn the dynamics, then subtly lead the rhythm. Never enter a room trying to dominate it. Enter with awareness and then take command naturally. Another invisible rule. Don't chase validation, make others seek yours. Every time you're over-explaining, over-text, over-complimenture, telling people your worth is negotiable, stop it. People respect what you protect. If your attention is cheap, your presence becomes invisible. When you make others earn your approval, you reverse the power dynamic instantly. Let's make it practical. In conversations, slow your speech by just 10%. Use fewer words. Hold your frame when someone disagrees. Smile when challenged. You'll notice people adjust their tone automatically. Why? Because calm certainty is intimidating. It implies power they can't quite measure. There is one more invisible rule that ties everything together. Self-respect sets the tone for how the world treats you. You can fake confidence for a while, but you can't fake self-respect. It shows in how you move, how you speak, how you say no. The man who respects himself doesn't beg for acceptance. He chooses where to place his energy, and that choice alone creates authority. You see, social dominance isn't about domination. It's about alignment. When your thoughts, words, and actions match, people feel it. They trust it. Because authenticity is rare currency in a world addicted to pretending. And those who master it don't chase power. They attract it. Remember, dominance isn't something you force. It's something you become. It starts in silence. It grows in scarcity. It's defined by composure, and it's sealed by self-respect. So, the next time you enter a room, don't ask, how can I impress them? Ask, how can I center myself? Because the man who owns himself owns the room. And once you master these invisible rules, you'll never need to demand respect again. It will be given to you automatically. Because the truth is simple. The world doesn't respond to who you want to be. It responds to who you already are. Become that person, and dominance stops being a performance and starts being your natural state.